so long it's like alchemy.
Here we go, ring night, raising the banner at Oracle Arena. And I feel like we play the Houston Rockets every opener, at least like the last 5 seasons. And it's always been a close game. Chris Paul, obviously the newest Rocket. And what you're starting to see is the beginning of ain't got it no more, right? Chris Paul, he's starting to slow down, y'all. This man isn't killer, was killing him early. And that's an ongoing trend. They like to get Klay involved early in games. KD, the closeout, keeps on running. Great outlet. Most guys will force a shot there. No, he finds the hot hand in the corner. Guess who? Got it. So it was a 22-9 start to this game. Steve Kerr went deep into the bench. You see the rookie getting minutes in the first quarter. He gets done dirty by Eric Gordon, who pops something to boost his adrenaline. I haven't seen Eric Gordon look this bouncy since Indiana. Then closing the quarter, they kept getting Steph switched out on the beard. He gets it. Damn near 70 points scored combined in this first quarter. Again, Kerr 11 deep. KD, this is the evolution with him. As he starts to get older and slows down a bit athletically, he ain't gonna get no smaller. You see the Dirk Diggler pull up. Shooting won't leave him and the size won't leave him. Not that he's leaving his athletic prime yet, though. He's still in it. Now the bench in there, and we see the swaggy prophet himself catch and shoot. Bang, bang. The combination, I'm telling you, of the way he gets shots and Oracle Arena is a devastating combo. Steph, very quiet in the first half, so right away in the third quarter, he gets to the rim looking to get some points, but he just was a step off. But like every middle-aged man, when he goes to the barbershop, he knew exactly where the line was. Step back 3, got it. But Steph was in foul trouble all night on some questionable calls, and they were switching and making him play D. KD, who blocks the 6'10" three-point shooter, he does, and one off glass. So it appeared like Golden State was gonna roll in their home opener against this new look Houston Rockets. Draymond Green, really the best player on the floor, on his way to a triple-double. He rewards the rookie. The gravity from Klay on the elevator screen, he gets the lob. The rookie played a good 10-12 minutes. And then to end the quarter, driving, tweaks the knee. Look at Draymond, and I knew it was a little more serious than normal because he usually tries to play through these things, but with 12 seconds at the end of the quarter, right away he headed to the locker room. So he knew like it didn't feel right. Awaiting an MRI Wednesday for the results on Draymond. Needless to say, he did not finish the game. And then look at this is extra. Chris Paul with the floppage, and then it bangs David West into the referee, right? So the culprit is Chris Paul in the extra, right? He makes David West get out the way. Excuse me. He steps on the referee, right? You say, okay, he fell over. No, the lesson is do not eat from the taco trucks in East Oakland. Nah, I'm kidding you, man. I hope he's all right. It looks like he broke his ribs. And there's the revolving door that is Nick Young. Mind you, no Andre Iguodala in the fourth quarter, and it really hurt. 2/3 of the death lineup out to close the game. KD, 8 turnovers on the night. He had 4 blocks. I like look at him though. That's lackadaisical. There was no sense of urgency from this Warrior team as you see Kevon Looney, yes, in the fourth quarter. And then look at the hustle. To be honest with you, Houston wanted it more. Loose ball, Ariza gets it now. It's a 1-point game, and the pendulum has completely swung towards Houston. So here we go, 10 seconds left. Houston up 1. Steph, that's a clean look. Doesn't usually miss that hard. Great tip out by Livingston. And then watch KD. You see the dribble? The dribble is what cost him the half a second. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was celebrating in my living room like, ooh, because it was that close. Usually I can tell, but you can see clearly still in his hand. And it was the little rhythm dribble that he took to get comfortable with the release that cost him. So Houston gets the win. Now, I don't know how much Steve Kerr wanted to win this game. I'm not going to lie to you. That's some homoerotic shit right there with PJ and James. I don't know what the hell that is. All right, y'all. So disappointing finish for us Warrior fans in this game. A couple of points I wanted to talk about. One, I don't think Kerr coached to win this game. And what I mean by that is you could tell he was experimenting. He rolled out 11 players just in the first quarter. Kevon Looney played in the first quarter. Nick Young clearly has got the message, catch and shoot. You know, Swaggy was on blast. That was amazing. He was fully turned up and hitting everything. I didn't like that they kind of went away from Klay. And this has been a reoccurring theme over these last few years is Klay kind of gets forgotten about. He started off so hot that he only ended up with like 14 attempts, right? Where was JaVale McGee down the stretch? I'm recording this before I've heard, the press conferences, the post-game press conferences from the Warriors locker room. Where was JaVale, right? Draymond's injury I'm concerned about because we all know Draymond's super tough and we've seen him limp and hobble around plenty of times. He knew right away, like, oh, I got to go to the locker room. And if you take a look at it, the knee buckled slightly, but it buckled. So I'm concerned with that. And obviously we missed Iguodala. You saw Bell kind of getting the rookie treatment, right? Eric Gordon looks super explosive for them. I don't know, what kind of Wheaties he's eating or what he did this summer, but if you're a Rockets fan, you've got to be very encouraged with the way Eric Gordon looked. PJ Tucker hit 4 threes. Luke, how do y'all say his name? Y'all was clowning me earlier about that. Luke Mahamute, I guess it is, the Prince. I don't know. But anyway, he looked like he's lost a ton of weight, and he was eating David West up in the third. I think it was after Draymond went out, late in the third quarter. Kerr went to West, and West just couldn't stay on the floor. Houston was too fast for him. I think he sat KD a little too long, and then Steph was he just wasn't finishing well. He kind of, for whatever reason, the spacing on the floor, the offense just didn't look good, man. I know we've got some new faces, but there should be enough veterans and guys familiar enough where there were several occasions where, like, there were 2 guys in one corner on offense in our same corner, and there was just, KD had 4 blocks. He played well defensively, but 8 turnovers, and he was kind of, there just wasn't a sense of urgency, as they got out to this early lead, and then you knew Houston would claw back. Harden at his best, Paul kind of limping and gimping around already in game 1. So, is it a big deal? Not really. But what else? Anything else I wanted to touch on about this? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. So there was one more thing. Sorry for the delay, but my question to and I don't know if this will be asked or what, but why switch everything all the time? You saw both teams taking advantage of this down the stretch, right? Where they wanted to get Curry or Looney on Harden, right? And they'd come and run just like a real fake little screen and get the switch. Why not switch it up? Be dynamic. Every once in a while, I feel like you've got to fight or not give them that switch so easily, especially within the final 2 minutes of the game. Houston really, though, overall, I feel like they just wanted it more. There was more effort and hustle towards the end of the game. Obviously, missing Draymond in that fourth quarter and Iguodala are 2 kind of, fire switch guys that kind of either calm us down or fire us up. We were lacking both those guys. Kevon Looney played, like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Again, that's where I felt like Kerr should have maybe rode KD a little heavier in the minutes. But again, that's what I meant by Kerr. I don't think was coaching to win this game. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This was a battle, not the war. All the cliches you want to throw out there. But I think Kerr was experimenting and kind of tweaking with the lineup. So Nick Young, man, he came out firing, obviously. Looney looks like he can give us some minutes, man, but I wouldn't have played him in the fourth quarter. And I thought it was interesting. There was a stretch there in the fourth quarter where KD and Steph were deferring to Livingston and David West, and they were getting these little weird no man's land jump shots that were not dropping. And again, Houston was hustling harder with Tucker, Mamamute, and, they deserved the win. So it's only one game. My concern is Draymond Green's knee. It was a slight buckle, and it could, if it's like an MCL sprain or PCL sprain, it could be, 2 weeks or so, because they're going to be cautious with it. Why right now at the risk it? So there's nothing wrong with a little bit of adversity, especially this time of the year, rather now than later in the year, so we can see kind of what the rookie has, Bell. Omri Caspi, I think he retweaked the ankle. It was just a crazy night for, health-wise, obviously alluding to the Boston-Cleveland game. But, yeah, those are the thoughts on this Warrior game. Those Patreons, my Patreons, Patreons, y'all know who I'm talking about. Shout out to y'all for the support. Tomorrow, late morning, I'll be with the full extendo clip. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.